So ACC is an application that Autodesk has created that essentially takes place at BIM 360. And so if you're familiar with Autodesk or BIM 360, ACC is now the replacement for that tool. SSR invests a lot of money in our software that we use to produce our deliverables to our clients. And Autodesk Construction Cloud is one of those tools, and it really does give us the ability to leverage the network that we have in place, the ability to connect more seamlessly, and to be able to collaborate with our clients, our colleagues, and our partners on each of our projects. Some of the things that we can expect to see immediately is what's called ACC Build, and Abe's going to talk more about that in detail. But one of the things that I'm really interested in is not just changing platforms to a new platform, but rather being able to leverage some of our existing platforms like virtual site capture and Newforma, and move those all into one platform that gives us more consistency and visibility to our project data in a more streamlined way.
So ACC Build is really Autodesk, it's part of the Autodesk Construction Cloud platform, and ACC Build is the CA portion of that module. So we've been using for several years, we've been using BIM Collaborate Pro for our Revit production when we're working with our clients with Revit in the cloud. And we've seen by doing that there's a lot of functionality within those applications that we can be leveraging, but we haven't really been able to leverage them because we're working in their environment. So with ACC Build, the CA portion of it, that really ties into that whole ACC ecosystem, and we've seen a lot of functionality we can use. So what we would like to do is potentially set up our projects in our own environment, and by doing that we can begin to leverage those tools, but we can still collaborate with our architects. What's come about in the past couple of years is a new bridge connection that allows us to set up our projects in our own ACC environment, but then we can also connect our environment to the architect's environment. So for example, we can link our Revit models across those two environments, but we can still be in our own sandboxes and have our own processes, but still be able to collaborate with them. So as Jeff said, initially our main focus is going to be on the CA functionality, and so that's going to include logging and tracking submittals and RFIs. It's also going to include keeping up with our current sets, which will then segue right into producing our job observation reports. And so that really streamlines that whole process and kind of ties it together. And then once again, we're keeping everything in a common data environment, which should really make the process a lot smoother. They're going to see some emails come out announcing a new SharePoint site that's got a lot of training resources on it for ACC Build. And then also we'll be following that up with in-person training in each office to go through, really focused on admins and designers and PMs and how their roles and responsibilities play into the process. And so there'll be a lot more to come in the future for sure. We're just really beginning to dip our toes into how we can utilize ACC.
And I think what's really encouraging to me in the spirit of SSR1 is that we've seen partnerships between Emerging Technology Council, being led by Abe, and he's the liaison between the ETC and the BIM group, but really bringing these initiatives to the ETC and then allowing them to leverage partnerships with Epic and the Epic PM resource group. And so we're starting to see cross-pollination and collaboration across the firm, which is exciting to me because that means that the efforts that we're putting into new solutions and technology and processes and workflow is really catching on. And people are seeing a difference, and so they're bringing those ideas to us. And so I'm excited to hopefully see those continue to stretch out to other business units. I think going forward, what you can expect to see from us is more communication about ACC and as a tool, but there are many elements to ACC. The first is Build, but there are others, and maybe you probably call out 2 or 3 of those, but there are other modules that we will take advantage of in the near future, and we're excited about that.